Morning, children of class 7th. I have come with the second video of lesson 11th, Dolls Over the Ages. And in the previous video, we completed up to page number 69 on May 5th. And today, we will just continue from there. So, let's continue. The use of dolls in religious ceremonies continues till date. Scenes of the birth of Jesus include figures of baby Jesus, Mother Mary, Joseph, and the shepherds. These are called crib dolls and are not meant for playing. So the use of dolls in religious ceremonies continues till date. You have seen that when we were children, we also used to play with dolls, and when our fathers were kids and young, they used to play with dolls. So this has been coming from the ages and ages before. Scenes of the birth of Jesus include figures of baby Jesus. So, scenes of the birth of Jesus Christ include the figure of the baby Jesus, Mother Mary, Joseph, and the shepherds. But these kinds of dolls are not used for playing, they are not meant for playing. They are just called the crib dolls and they are just put in the crib. In northern India, the story of Krishna's birth, means Janmashtami, is depicted through clay dolls. So when we move into northern India, we just see that the story of Krishna's birth, means Janmashtami, is just depicted and shown through clay dolls. So in northern India, through clay dolls, Janmashtami is just depicted. And when we move to Bihar, the entire story of the Shyama Chowk festival is depicted through clay images. So in Bihar, the people of Bihar depict Shyama Chowk festival through the soil images, clay images. And when we move to southern state of Tamil Nadu and in some other parts of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, the festival of Navratri is celebrated with the setting up of the dolls playing Golu. So when we move into southern state of Tamil Nadu, some parts of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, we will find that the festival of Navratri is celebrated with the setting off of the dolls playing Golu. Women set up decorated planks in a corner of the house. We will find that the women set up decorated plank in the corner of the house, and these planks are decorated with dolls and they are displayed for 10 days. These 10 days means these Navratri dolls are arranged in several tiers, usually 7, 9 or 11. At the end of the festival, the Golu is dismantled and packed up for the next year. So all the next 10 days, they just decorate their planks and with the dolls which are displayed for the 10 days, and Navratri dolls are arranged in several tiers, 7, 9 and 11. And when the festival is over, after the 10 days, the Golu is dismantled and they are packed for the next year. In Africa, dolls were treated with magical powers. There was a custom of giving an adult girl a doll which she kept with her till she had her first baby. Then she was given another doll which she kept till she had her second baby. So when we move to Africa, we will find that the African people treat dolls as magical powers. And there was also a custom of giving an adult girl, means who was married. She was given a doll which she kept with her till she had her first baby. So when a doll was given to the adult girl to keep it with her, she would have to keep it till she had her first baby. Thereafter, she was given another doll which she would have to keep with her till she had her second baby. So, this was the tradition in Africa. The West Indians used dolls for performing black magic. The West Indians use dolls for performing black magic. Black magic means kala jadoo. So what did they do with the dolls? They just used pins and needles, and pins and needles were stuck into the bodies of the dolls. They used to just stick the pins and needles into the bodies of the dolls, or they were harmed with a belief that in this process the victim, means the enemy, would suffer. So, what belief did they have? They believed that the pins and needles which are stuck into the bodies of the dolls would harm the enemy in the same way, and he would suffer a lot. Some of these dolls were made of wax, while some were made out of carved root, grain of fruit, paper, clay, branches, or simply a piece of cloth stuffed with herbs. So in West India, means West Indies, some dolls were made out of the carved root, some were made of grains, and some were also made of fruit. They were also made of paper clay, and some of them were made of branches, and some of them were also made up of simply a piece of cloth, just stuffed with some kind of herbs. Even today, craftsmen in Assam and West Bengal make dolls out of soft stems of a plant growing in marshy areas. So, even today, some of the craftsmen of Assam and West Bengal make dolls out of the soft stems of a plant which grow in marshy areas, means daldali kshetro. And West Bengal is known for terracotta toys. West Bengal is very famous for its terracotta toys. And Rajasthan markets dolls of unbaked clay. And Rajasthan is also famous for its unbaked clay dolls. Artists of Uttar Pradesh are masters of making brightly painted wooden dolls. And what about Uttar Pradesh? In Uttar Pradesh, artists of this place are the masters of making wooden dolls brightly painted. So, just the artists of Uttar Pradesh paint their wooden dolls in bright paint. Over the years, the variety of materials and mechanisms used for making dolls have increased tremendously. Built in musical boxes and mechanical devices that make dolls walk and talk have changed the way we think of dolls. But probably the first doll was just a bunch of twigs. So, over the years, the dolls have been made for the last 100 years. So, in Indian or the other civilization, dolls are not the things which are being made in the modern age. The dolls have been making for ages and ages. So over the years, the variety of materials and mechanisms used for making dolls have increased tremendously. It means that over the years, the dolls are made up of different kinds of materials and different varieties of mechanisms are used for making dolls, and it is just increasing tremendously by leaps and bounds. Built-in musical boxes and mechanical devices that make dolls walk and talk have changed the way we think of dolls. But over the years, we have been playing with the dolls which cannot walk and cannot talk. But in modern days, built in musical boxes and mechanical devices are used to make dolls that can walk and that can talk. And this has changed the way we think of dolls. But probably the first doll was just a bunch of twigs. But the narrator wants to say that the first doll, which was just made with a bunch of twigs. Twigs means टहनियाँ पेड़ों की. So the first doll was just a bunch of twigs. There was nothing used. Nothing used means no material and no mechanisms were used for making the first doll. It was just a bunch of twigs. So I hope children you have understood this chapter, Dolls Over the Ages. That's all for today. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a great day. Thank you.